Hello guys, Aurum here, and today I have for you guys week 1 of building Crait in Lego. This is design, guys. So basically I'm going to be showing you guys my blueprint, which I have in front of you guys for building Crait. And guys, I'm super excited for this mock series. I've gone through a couple of different concepts. I knew I wanted to do Crait as soon as I saw The Last Jedi. I've been thinking of doing a series like this for some time, guys, but I'm super excited for this. And we have week 1, which is design, like I said, so let's go ahead and get into the blueprint. One thing I will let you guys know is this will be a 2 base plate mock. However, we may extend it to 4 by adding a half base plate on all 4 of those sides. So if we do that, that will make it 4 base plates, because obviously, I mean, you take 1/2 times 4 and you get 2 plus 2 is 4, guys. So this is super exciting, and let's go ahead and get right into the design for Crait, guys. So the first thing I will be doing is base plate number 1, which is this base plate. Obviously, this is after we get through everything like pieces, which I'll be doing next week. And then we obviously have layout of number 1. So right here, we're going to have the trenches. I'll be doing the trenches in week 4. And then we have the salt flat area, which basically you guys noticed in The Last Jedi that the TIE fighters are bombarding the trenches basically with repetitive suppressive fire, so they can't really support any of the ski speeders. So the idea of that area is we're going to cover it in red tiles completely. So I will obviously be adding white and dark bluish gray into the Bix, because obviously, I mean, it gets burnt from the laser fire. And then we also just have the white, basically the outer shell, flying up into the air and then settling back down. So that is something that I will be doing. So again, that is the salt flats area over here. The trenches. Now, this was the issue with the trenches. What I noticed is I do not have enough red bricks. And this is my personal Crait mod, because obviously I can't make one like Solid Brick Studios is doing and include 15 ski speeders and 6 ATM 6s and a 5-foot wall. So what I'm actually going to be doing for the trenches is, you guys will notice in The Last Jedi that they're actually dug into the salt, into the ground basically. So what I'll actually be doing is basically piling them up like I did with my Hoth mini mock. So it will look a little bit different, but it will have the same trench feel basically, and I actually think it'll be a little bit cooler and it'll give them a little bit more cover. It also makes sense because of the suppressive fire that the TIE fighters are giving. It would basically just be beating down on those salt flats so much that basically the trenches would wind up coming up. Pretty much, I mean, they'd probably go down too, but you guys get the general idea. So trenches will probably be between 4 and 5 bricks high, meaning that in order for the figures to shoot out, I'll have to create basically an extra little step. But the reason I'm doing that is because over here at this bottom area, and obviously it's going to continue a lot more, but on that bottom area I plan to put some first order troopers. I don't have any first order snow troopers, so I will pretty much try to add first order troopers. I might get some first order snow troopers off of Bricklink, but I will definitely probably have to do a Bricklink haul, and we'll get into that when I get into the rock work portion, guys. But that is it pretty much for base plate number 1. Now we'll get on to number 2. So first off, right here we'll have the back half of the salt flat continued, because you guys will notice trenches aren't right outside the base, of course. They are a little bit of a ways away. But then after we get through there, we'll have this little path, and that's basically the path that all of the resistance fighters took to get into the trenches, because I mean, they're not just gonna flood in, they'd probably just take a regular path. So I'll have a few resistance troopers coming through there, and again, there will be resistance troopers in the trenches, of course. Then we get into the rock work. Now, I drew the rock work way too small. This is not to scale, but the rock work, pretty much, I plan to do 10 to 18 blocks high. Now, you guys have seen my rock work in the past, and it is not very good. this time I am probably going to wind up spending 2.5 episodes just on rock work because I want to make it absolutely perfect, because I'm going to be doing rock work. I'll probably be doing a finishing rock work after I get my bricklink haul in, and then I'll probably have to touch up a lot of the rock work as well, guys. But another thing is, I have nowhere near enough pieces to do any rock work, really. If I wanted to do all this rock work, I would get it maybe 3 or 4 blocks high, just for this area, so that's not good. So what I actually am going to be doing is I'm going to order probably about 50, basically those 2x1x3 pieces. Not sure if that's exactly how you say it. But basically, guys, it will be these pieces. I'll be ordering a ton of these, and then also just the regular slant pieces. You guys know what those look like. They are these ones right here. Basically, let me just get them out. Here we have this one. So I'll be ordering a lot of those because you guys notice on Crait, the rock work is pretty much just straight up. There isn't a whole lot of bumpiness and detail, so pretty much I only need these that I showed you guys, and then I will have a few others like wedge pieces and a few other specialty pieces that are slopes, guys. So I'll be using all that for the rock work, but really I'm going to try to make this rock work really good. If you guys have any rock work tutorials for me, please leave those in the description below, because my rock work is not the best, and I'm hoping that this mock can really show me how to do some really good rock work. So past the rock work, you guys notice on Crait, there's obviously the little doorway, and what we'll be doing is we'll be leaving it open, most likely, because I could use brown pieces to shade it in, but I don't really think I'll be doing that. What I think is I'll be leaving it open, even though obviously they had already cleared out the trenches by then. But here is the inside of the base, and this is the question right now. The inside of the base, I have a couple of different designs, actually many different designs that I've sketched out in my notebook. Basically, where we have the 2 question marks, I could put some barricades that are sort of angled, so maybe we'd have this one at a 45-degree angle, maybe this one at an 80-degree angle, and in different directions. So I could do that, and then have Poe and Princess Leia and some of the officers behind those barricades. Or where the question marks are, I could have resistance transports. Now obviously I'd have to build those myself. I know there are a few mocks on them. I don't know exactly who did them, but I have seen them in my YouTube feed that people have made resistance transport mocks and custom creations, so I may want to use some of those. But primarily what I'll probably wind up doing is basically just doing sort of an office setup over here. So not really office, but more of a command center where we'll have all the officers. Maybe we can get a custom Princess Leia, maybe, or I will get the one off of Bricklink that we got last year in a resistance ship set. Not quite sure which one it was. I know it was like a B-wing. It was a resistance transport or something. And then over here we would have Poe Dameron and a few other officers and a few of the pilots, basically just talking, you know, maybe discussing, or maybe we'll have them basically getting ready. So maybe we'll have a barricade over here, and then the command center over there. Maybe we can do a really small transport and have it over here. Maybe we'll do half a transport. Really, all of that base portion is up in the air right now, guys. But I am really excited. So, guys, that is the design for my Crait mock. Again, it will be between 2 and 4 base plates. Most likely 2, but if I can get a lot of pieces off of my bricklink haul, again, I am on a budget. I don't want to go off and spend $200 on a bricklink haul. I'm probably going to wind up spending maybe $40, maybe $45. That's probably about it. And then I also need custom resistance troopers, which I've already made about 20 of, but I'm probably going to need around 30, so I will be getting them, probably from the Rebel Alliance battle pack, and a few from probably the Resistance battle pack itself, or just off of Bricklink along with all guys. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys are excited for next week. Week 2 is pieces. We'll be going over what kind of pieces I'll be using in the mock, and then week 3, I will be doing the layout for base plate number 1, which is trenches and the salt flat, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any comments or feedback for me, or anything to say about this crate building series, maybe you have a suggestion, maybe you have a rockwork building tutorial for me, be sure to leave those down in the comments below. If you guys are not yet subscribed to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button and hit notifications so you're notified when week 2 and week 3 comes out. And again, a ton of other mocks, mini mocks, and just one base plate mocks will be posted throughout the week and throughout Building Crait, so you guys won't just have Building Crait, you guys will have other things to look forward to, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video or in week 2, which is pieces. Goodbye.